Hello, nerds! Thank you for watching Generally Nerdy. This is your Week in Nerdom Video Games Edition, and we've got so much stuff to talk about. We're just going to jump into the intro, and then we're going to jump into the news.
Quiet on the set, rolling.
Hi, I am Bitsy Telek.
Hey, I'm Hale Appleman.
I'm Walter Kane.
I'm Rene Aubergenois. Odo on Deep Space Nine.
Michael Dorn, Lieutenant Commander Worf, Star Trek The Next Generation.
Come and see me and hear me and talk to me and listen to me talk about myself.
Hey man, this is Kevin Smith, often considered generally nerdy, and you are listening to what is often considered generally nerdy.
On Generally Nerdy.
You're listening to
Generally Nerdy.
Generally Nerdy.
Generally nerdy.
First things first on the list of video game news, one of the bigger ones, I don't know, it's CES. For video games, it's not super huge necessarily, but it's worth mentioning. The Consumer Electronics Show starts today as I'm filming this, so by the time this is posted, let's see, video games will probably go up on about Tuesday or Wednesday, so we'll be in the middle of CES by the time this video is online. It's the Consumer Electronics Show. Last year was a bit of a dud, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm hoping we get at least some new VR tech, something going on this year, because again, last year I was super let down with all the stuff that went on in CES. But let's move on to some actual video game news. First, we're talking Red Dead Redemption 2. So there is a company called Cool Shop that is, they're Danish. Yeah. Danish company Cool Shop, who is a retailer of some kind. They leaked a release date for Red Dead Redemption 2, which is apparently June 28th. They also were the same company that leaked the release date for Grand Theft Auto 5. So this is not a rumor, this is a legit leak, because it's the same company that gave us, I mean, maybe now they'll bump it up a little bit, Lord only knows, probably not, because with software that's always a bad idea. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, release date June 28th. I liked Red Dead Revolver, never played Red Dead Redemption. I should have, because I really like shooter games, not necessarily war sims, and Red Dead Redemption is not a war sim, it's just a western, which is also kind of meh for me, but solid gameplay from what I've heard, and I know I'm going to get flack about this, but definitely tell me how stupid I am for not playing Red Dead Redemption in the comments below. Next up, we're talking one of my favorite updates for this week, and it's Tekken X Street Fighter. Now, I know what you're saying if you are in the know and you like such games, is that Tekken X Street Fighter just isn't gonna happen, because Street Fighter X Tekken was kind of a flop. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, let me back up a little bit, give you a little bit of history, and then we'll get into this news update. So, a few years ago, I can't remember the exact year because I didn't take the note, because I kind of fly by the seat of my pants when I'm recording this. Anyway, so a few years ago, Namco and Capcom, the companies responsible for Tekken and Street Fighter, respectively, came together and said, let's do a mashup game. And then, because it didn't make sense for one to make it over the other one necessarily, they decided to do two mashup games. The one would be made by Capcom, and that's Street Fighter X Tekken, and that's what came out for the Xbox 360 and the PS3, to very mixed reviews. The other was going to be Tekken X Street Fighter, which was made by Namco, Bandai Namco, if you want to get technical about it. So, when Street Fighter X Tekken came out from Capcom, it got, like I said, those very mixed reviews. It was, by a lot of accounts, very broken. It's been patched and fixed and all kinds of things, but, again, for that old hardware, if you're picking it up now, then you probably won't get a whole lot of the fixes. Anyway, because it came out to such a tepid kind of response, by all accounts, everyone assumed that they just were not going to make the other side of that, because Namco has other things going on. They can't put their money into something that's not going to make them more money, right? So the Tekken X Street Fighter side of that just kind of fell to the wayside. Well, back in 2015, the Namco team in charge of the roster, in charge of making the game, announced that their roster picks had been nailed down, I think is the specific words they used. So that's, I think it was 2013 that the Street Fighter X Tekken came out. It might have been 2014. Either way, this announcement came after everyone had already written off Tekken X Street Fighter. So in 2015, we got an announcement that the roster had been solidified. And then recently, we got another announcement. This new announcement is that Katsuhiro Harada, I'm horrible with foreign names, I'm sorry, said recently that the timing just hasn't been right since Street Fighter V came out in 2016, and then Tekken 7 came out last year in 2017. That's still really weird to say, by the way. And now Namco has Dragon Ball Z, or is it Namco? Yeah, Namco has Dragon Ball Z coming out and Soul Calibur 6 coming out this year in 2018. The fighting market is flooded, especially by these two companies. So it's not that it's not happening, it's just that it's not happening now. It's still in motion. Things are still happening. So we potentially could get Tekken X Street Fighter in 2019 or possibly 2020. So, I mean, it's still a little weak, but I'll take it, man. I'm down for a good fighting game any day. And even a mediocre fighting game is a good fighting game for me. And then our last bit of video game news this week is Injustice 2. On Friday past, we got the Watchtower broadcast of Injustice 2's newest addition to the roster, Enchantress. Crazy. A lot of people are drawing similarities between her and Quan Chi from MKX. I kinda see that, but only because of the Hex thing, and like her general moveset is not Quan Chi. Like there's like the one element that is similar, but otherwise she's a very different character. And I find it incredibly interesting that she is legitimately an anti-zoning character. There's not a whole lot of that at all in Injustice. It's either zoner, brawler, you have the really standard character archetypes. And she is not a standard character archetype. There's a lot, I'll put a link in the description to the Watchtower broadcast, but I don't know, I'm afraid, I'm probably not going to play as Enchantress. I'm not an anti-zoner necessarily. I'll give her a shot just because I give the entire roster a shot, and she's the newest one, and it'll be easy to focus on a single character. But anyway, it's coming, and she'll be downloadable if you got your early access via just buying Fighter Pack number 3, or if you bought the Ultimate Edition like I did. You will have access to download Enchantress on the 9th, which is Tuesday. Again, that's probably yesterday, because I feel like I'm going to get this posted on Wednesday. So Tuesday, January 9th is her early access date, which means that if you have not purchased her yet, you can still play as her in her challenge tower, but you will not be able to play as her in any of the other modes until the 13th, I believe. I didn't take that note. I'm dumb. But yeah, it's like the 13th or the 14th, I believe, is when she is available to the world for purchase as a single character. So, God, I'm kind of afraid because some of my game is a little zony. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm a little afraid for what's gonna happen when I jump online for play. Anyway, that being said, that is the end of your weekend nerddom. Thank you, my fellow nerds, for watching this video. If you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you didn't like what you saw, smash the dislike button. Whatever, man. I'm just here to create a conversation. And to continue that conversation even more, you can jump over to the website, generallynerdy.net, where I post a lot of other stuff, blogs and such. And there's also all of the links to the social media up there as well. So you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and all the things. And the other thing is the Patreon, patreon.com/generallynerdy. Go up there, hit me up for $1 a month. That goes so far you don't even know. That also gives you early access to all of these videos. So I can't thank you guys enough. Even if you don't send me your money or whatever, just being a part of this conversation is all I'm here to do. So thank you very much. Oh, but before you go, you need to always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here.